Hey everybody, got an open crib. Nobody's home right now, so I can do this video in the liberty of my living room. My bad. I'm actually not gonna eat while making this because it's a little bit gross and I know I've been doing it a lot and I don't want to do it again. So in front of me, I've got 4 of my many notebooks. No, the AC's about to turn on. One sec. It's gonna get really hot, but I can't let it turn on because then the audio is gonna be really bad. So I decided not to wear my headphones this time because it was like squeaking all over the place. So we got a lot of these, okay? We got this one. And I have a lot of notebooks because I think notebooks are cute. And then I always start them and I never finish them. But let's see what date we started this one. 2022. Actually, reading this first entry, I know exactly where I was writing this. I was at the laundromat when I was in college. It was my junior year, my last year, and I started this journal. 2022, August 2022. I think my mom had just left after moving me in, and I was doing like my first load of laundry. Yeah. But most recently, I was using it to write down my Atomic Habits books. And then when I was doing my plastic surgery sales job, I used it to write down all of the different surgeries because I didn't know like any of the plastic surgeries. I was like BBL, fat from other places to your butt, tummy tuck, lipo, mommy makeover, lipo 360, abdominal edging, J plasma. In conclusion, I also had my Atomic Habit notes in here. And I also had some really sad notes from September in there. But most recently, I got this one, and I got this one with the intention of using it for work. But I just thought it was so cute. So I was like, I'm going to actually keep this for my personal stuff. And this one, I had it on December 5th. And I was like, I'm going to use this for planning my life and my future. And that's what we're going to do in this video. You know, what better way than having you guys come along with me in the process. Oh my god, I look so tired, but I swear it's because I'm working so hard. I'm working so much, more than I've ever worked before. But I'm happy with the work that I'm doing. I'm like excited about it. Today, I had a really good day at work, but yeah. So I started writing my video. Oh look, this is where I wrote a video idea the other day. And then I wrote down some notes from a meeting I had with some other like sales job that's like online. More videos, how to return to yourself. I kind of did a video on that. That's from this weekend. But yeah, you know why I'm making this video now too? It's because these are all like interview notes I was doing when I was trying to get my first job out of college. Because there's this thing called the fuck it list, which I found out about 2 years ago now, and the guy that does it, I had tried to do that again, and I actually wrote that in here, but because I got a job so fast after coming back home, everything was going so fast I didn't get a chance. But it was actually my to-do fuck it list video, to watch it, to get back to him, because he's trying to recruit like 30 people to commit to it, and I think he's at 26 right now. And he was messaging me about it, and I was letting him know, hey, like, I don't know, things are going pretty good. I don't feel like I can commit to it right now, but I do want to watch the video later. But either way, I wanted to sit down and do all my goals this weekend because I hadn't had a chance to do that and just focus a little bit more on that. Dude, it's so funny. I feel like when you're younger, like, you think you have your whole life figured out. You think you know what you want to do, how everything's going to go. And then, boom, life just comes at you. And then you have to figure everything out again and again. So don't be afraid to figure things out again and again. Okay, it's better to sit down and write different goals and things you want to accomplish every weekend than to keep going down the wrong path. Okay, don't ever be afraid to go in a different direction, because it's life. Like, your priorities are going to change, the people around you are going to change, the things you feel comfortable doing are going to change. Everything is always changing, you know. I was thinking this the other day, it's like the world is so big and our lives are so short. We're all gonna die. Like, I was saying this to my friend, that we're all gonna die. I'm gonna die, you're gonna die, everybody is gonna die. Everybody, and we're all going to die, okay? And our lives are so short. Like, anything you have an inkling that you want to do, you do it, okay? And you don't get bothered by like the everyday BS, okay? There's a lot of weird people out there. There's a lot of evil people out there. There's a lot of people that are so miserable that they want to make you miserable. There's so many people out there that are going to project their fears and their insecurities onto you. And when you're young and you don't know any better, it's so easy to absorb their energy, absorb their insecurities, and then whatever they tell you about yourself, you end up internalizing it and believing it. Don't believe it, because that's not who you are. You're just like, I read this other book when I was about 2 years ago as well, when I was in a really bad place, and I think it was, I don't remember what it's called, but I could try to look it up. I could definitely look it up on my phone, but I just don't know where it is. But it's about basically how you're programmed from the second that you're born. You're programmed with these beliefs that people tell you. And it's like, when you're growing up and your parents are raising you, you hear the word no like 90% of the time compared to the times you hear the word yes. So your brain internalizes all of these little stories that people tell you about who you are, because they're projecting onto you. They don't know any better. It's not like they're doing it like trying to be evil. They just don't know any better. And then your brain internalizes all of that, and before you know it, you're like, who am I? And you just believe all of these stories that people have been telling you about you your whole life. No, okay, that's not who you are. Sit down, take so much time to sit down, be true to yourself, okay? You know when you're doing certain things that are not aligned with you, you can feel it, okay? Don't ignore those feelings. Every time you get an impulse to do something, every time you get an idea, every time you get the motivation to move your life in a certain direction and you ignore that, you're going further and further from who you're supposed to be, from who you're meant to be, okay? So it's like, I don't know the reason you're ignoring those little guiding impulses, and I don't mean like, oh, they told me to slap this guy, so I slapped him. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like growth wise and like taking your life in a certain direction. Every time you convince yourself against it, like let's say I don't know, you want to do a fashion show or something, and then you tell yourself, no, because I'm this and I'm that. No, like if you, and I'm not talking about me, because I would never do that, because it's not something I would like to do, but, and then you tell yourself like all these little stories that people have been telling you, like, no, I'm not going to do it because they told me I was this and they told me I was that. It's like, no. Why do you believe that about yourself? Like, all these limiting beliefs you might have, really analyze it and be like, where did this come from? Do I really believe that? Or is that what people are trying to get me to believe about myself? Okay, really get into it and see where it's coming from. Really think about what you feel in alignment with, and the things that you're scared of, and the things that you make you uncomfortable. You have to face that head on, okay? Because we're all gonna freaking die. Freaking not. I didn't say that before. We're all going to die, okay? So yeah, you should be scared of killing somebody, because it's not a good thing to do. You shouldn't be scared of it. You just shouldn't want to do that. But if something is going to be good for you and you know that it's something that you would like to do, it's not scary, okay? It's something you need to face so you can grow. All growth is uncomfortable. Without discomfort, there is no growth. Every time you do something new that you don't know how to do, you're going to be uncomfortable. But you have to think like, so many other humans have done that. Anything you can think of, somebody has done it. Why can't you do it? We're all made of the same matter. We're all made of the same thing. Nobody is better than you. Nobody is less than you. Nobody is more than you. Nobody is anything up or below you. We are all the same, okay? It's just a matter of that person believed in themselves enough to do what needed to be done to get that, to accomplish that, and you didn't, okay? And the faster that you think of life that way and you realize that, the more in control you're going to be of your life, because you stop being a victim to circumstances, you stop being a victim to who people have told you are. You stop living small and you start focusing on what it is you want, okay? And it's not the same for everybody, okay? Success is measured within. You could be living the life of your dreams and someone's gonna be like, ew, like, what are you doing? Like, your life is gross. Or, oh, like, look at that person. Like, it doesn't matter, okay? That's the thing. Your life is too short to care about what other people think about your dreams and your goals, okay? If you want to be homeless and you want to be out on the street and you know that's how you're going to be your happiest, go be homeless, bro. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm not going to be homeless because what are people going to think about me? No, if that's what you want to go do that. Okay, the only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself and how you are looking at your life, and you're happy with what you're doing and you're happy with where you're at. That's it, okay? That's it. Internalize that shit, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you die, when you're laying on your deathbed, when you can't get out of bed, you can't fend for yourself anymore, and you're laying there and you're like, man, why did I spend so much time worrying about what people were gonna think about what I was doing with my life? Why did I spend so much time doing something that I wasn't happy doing? Just saying, okay? Try to think of it like everything you do. And I'm not saying everything because there's, like, I need this, you know? Like, maybe right now you're not where you want to be, but you're working towards it, okay? That's the important part. Like I said in my other videos, guys, go watch all of them. As long as it's the process that matters, not the outcome, okay? So as long as you know that you're doing what you think is necessary to get to where you eventually want to be, it doesn't matter. Also, I'm feeling so ripped today. Like, I don't want to flex, but just saying, guys, look at my muscles. And then it's the process, okay? Like, it's not the outcome. So as long as you know that the stuff that you're doing, you're working towards what it is you want, and you can be happy and feel good about yourself and feel fulfilled, who cares if somebody else thinks you're not doing enough? Who cares if somebody else doesn't understand why you're doing what you're doing? And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, like, I've had my shit moments where I'm like, damn, like, I'm doing what I can. And it's still like, people around me are like, think this way of me or that way of me and this and that. And it's like, at the end of the day, you can't care. It's like, at the end of the day, I think about it, I get sad for a second, and then I'm like, I don't want to be sad. Like, I refuse to keep being miserable. Happiness is a choice. Joy is a choice, okay? Every second, you have the power over your mind, over your feelings, over your thoughts, over everything. A thought comes in, you don't want to think about, boom, push it out. A feeling comes, somebody does something or says something that makes you feel a certain way, don't let them have that control over you, okay? Don't take it personally. You can't. Because at the end of the day, whatever they say, whatever they do, that's their internal beliefs being reflected onto you. It's how they feel. It has nothing to do with you. Because think about it, sometimes, and I can admit this, and I think we all can, somebody does something or says something and you take it a certain way because of your past experiences and the things that you've been through, and then you kind of have like a bias on it, and then you don't like that person, or you do, and whatever. And how you feel about that person has nothing to do with that person at the end of the day, most of the time, because it could just be like you're having a bad day and they say or do something and you're like, ugh, like that bothered me, but it really has nothing to do with that person. So just like that, what you think about other people most of the time doesn't have anything to do with them, and it has to do with how you're like internalizing because of your world experience. It's the same thing vice versa. So anybody says something or does something to you, you don't have to take that shit personally, okay? You do you, homegirl. I don't know, I got kind of heated, but yeah, the point is, think about what you want to do, and as long as you know you're living in alignment with that and you're working towards that, that's all you need. You're gonna feel so good about yourself, and don't judge yourself. Have patience with yourself, okay? Because sometimes the stuff that you want to do is gonna change. Like for me, I really wanted to be a lawyer, but as I grow up, I'm thinking, did I want to be a lawyer because I wanted to be a lawyer, or because people kept telling me that I said that I wanted to be a lawyer and I was meant to be a lawyer and this and that? And I still don't know. But at this moment in time, do I want to go to law school? No. Am I going to go to law school? No. And it's like, people keep trying to tell me like, oh, you need to figure out like what you want to do this. No, I don't. Okay. I don't. And I'm sorry, but your fears, your opinions on my life, they're not mine, okay? They're not my fears. I feel comfortable with where I'm at. I'm happy with where I'm at. And right now, the circumstances are a certain way. And if they change tomorrow, I will adjust. You don't have to worry about what might happen tomorrow, today, okay? You're living today, now. So you do with what you've got now and today, and you feel happy about what you're doing, and that's it. That's all that matters. I dropped my combo. Don't let people's fears, opinions over your life, what they would do in your situation affect you, because they're not you. And you're the one that has to live with the consequences of not doing what you know you're in alignment with, okay? And don't let like how other people might view it affect you either, because who cares? Who cares if they think you're a loser? Who cares if they think this or that? Who cares, honestly? Like, as long as you're working towards what you want, that's it. And just know, like, you have to have this, I don't know, like, it just, guys, go to church, like, find Jesus, because he loves you, and you just have this overwhelming peace that everything is going to be fine. How did I start this video? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, and don't be afraid to start over, okay? Because let's say, it's like I said, it's the process. Just keep checking in with yourself, keep making sure no, I did that, but keep making sure that you're in alignment with what you want. You're gonna change because you're a human. Remember, you're gonna die. So do some good on this earth, okay? I hope that evil people aren't watching my channel, but if you're evil and you're thinking, I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna do bad. No. That's not what I'm saying, okay? Do good unto other people. Always try to spread joy, try to spread positivity. Don't let bad energy, bad vibes ever cloud your vision, okay? It's hard. It's an evil world out there, but you gotta stay genuine. You gotta stay loving. You gotta stay giving. And don't betray yourself. It's the most important thing. You feel something, listen to it, okay? It's there for a reason. It's there to protect you. Follow your inner guide.